Okay, here we go. Monday, January 11th, 2021. Let's get our feet together. Let's get into that Wuji posture. Palms together, pull it in close to heart center. Touch the sternum area. And let's begin the cleansing breath. In through the nose, hot, audible exhale through the mouth. Allow your body to just relax, soften, sink. Chinese word is song, S-O-N-G. Relaxed, but not collapsed. Relaxed, but still holding our structure. On the next exhale, just relax the hands. Put your awareness right here in heart center, right here. And then take your hands and just turn them over so they're facing forwards and a little up. My hands are just like this. You can see from the side easier. And this is a form of Wuji. Just be a wildflower, a sunflower, just pulling up towards the light. Feel the sunlight in your palms, in the third eye. Feel your body being pulled up towards the sun. Spine lengthening. Skyhook pulling up the top of the head. Skyhook is back here, so when it pulls up, the chin comes in a little bit. Back of the neck flattens out. And you have the sacrum anchoring down into earth, like an anchor of a boat. And feel above the anchor, the chain that goes up to the boat from the anchor. That's your spine. So the imagery is sacrum, straight down like an anchor into earth. The spine is the chain of the anchor that leads up to the top, to the boat. It's a great, I think, imagery. Bend both knees. Step out, flat, empty foot. Remember, empty. And then just sink into that leg and just unravel the body a little bit side to side, finding that sweet spot. I'm always moving my feet here, maybe adjusting my width, maybe adjusting my feet, checking, making sure my feet are parallel. This is just that spot that time to find your sweet spot of Wuji. This is the open Wuji. Forward and backwards just a little bit. Just opening up bubbling wells by going forward and backwards. Pressurizing bubbling wells, balls of the feet, pressurizing the heels. Pushing against that chi. After we've done this so many times, this should start becoming more natural for everybody. I'm sure it is. Sure looks it on the screen. It's becoming more natural for me too, where I'm not, pushing myself off my center. We want to keep our feet rooted into earth. No part of my foot is lifting up when I'm doing this, but it just feels easier lately to catch the momentum of this forward and backwards. Really feel a river of chi on each side of your body, and you're just pushing against that river. A couple more times. And then come to that Wuji posture. Again, let's review. Sacrum anchored down, straight down into earth. Spine is the chain above the anchor. Elongating, space between the vertebrae. Top of the head, skyhook. Just a little bit towards the back of your head, straight up from the ears. So when it pulls, and the skyhook pulls up, it elongates the spine, the chain of the anchor, and it pulls the chin in just a little bit, flattens out the back of the neck. Slight bend in the knees, slight bend in the elbows. Wuji. Look how flat my lower back is. So I'm not like this, I'm not tucked. I don't have my knees bent too much. This is too much knee bend. Some people do this. This is too much on the knees. It's just straighten the knees and then unlock them. The sacrum just straight down. When we say tuck, some people think that would look like tucking. And we do that when we're doing some of these pulsing, but for Wu Chi, it's just flat, flat lower back, opening up, Ming Men, gate of life. And again, just standing in this posture of the 5 bows allows the Qi to already begin to flow in the body. Qi, as you know, flows in circles and arcs and spirals, infinities. So we're just setting our body up to be able to allow the Qi to flow. If we're stiff and rigid, Qi is not flowing at all. So just hold this posture. Feel the feet rooting into earth. Feel roots coming out of the palms of your hands, your laogongs. Feel that rooting into earth as well, rooting both ways. And just open the palms a little bit and exhale, relax them. Inhale, open the palms. You can almost feel like you're breathing through your palms. Inhale, exhale. Inhale through your palms. Exhale. Really get them going. You can make little circles in your palms to wake up the laogongs. I usually use my nail because it's the feeling, the sensation stays a little bit longer in that area. Put little circles with my nail just to wake it up. And then one more, inhale. Exhale. Good. Take that laogong that's now open and put some Qi in your arms. We're putting Qi in as well as moving, opening up blockages and moving stagnant Qi. So let's begin our tapping down the inside, up the outside shoulder blade. Armpit. If you fall behind, don't worry about it. I wait at the end. You have a spot that feels like it needs, oh, I need a little extra here, stay on it. All good. This is for you. Not about keeping up. Drum the ribs, activate all those organs underneath, and then come across the front here. I just usually, just to get some extra tapping in, come across. Down the inside, up the outside, shoulder blade. And really feel like you're kind of putting that Qi with your palm into the body. That we all have Qi surrounding us and we're putting it in. Armpit, massage. Open up the lymph nodes. Drum the ribs. Come across here again, and you can do it 2 hands or 1 hand underneath collarbone. Get all of those lymph nodes in there, which are also lung points. You have a wonky feeling in any of them, stay on it, make circles, just until it feels a little bit less sensitive. So mine are feeling a little better today. Not having much in the way of sensitivity, a little bit, but not much. And then afterwards, drum them. You can do it with 1 hand, both hands, whatever you want. Just drum it. It should feel good. Drum the thymus. Thymus thumping. Boost the immune system. Breathe in through the nose. Let it all go. Any stress, let it go. Brush down. Right, straight down vagus nerve. Dantian, snap. Kidneys and adrenals, drum. Rub. They love the rub afterwards. Sacrum, anchor. Wake up the anchor. And legs. Don't forget ankles and Achilles heel, the longevity point. Extra rub on the knees, it's cold out. There's a little extra on the knees. Bring the circulation there. Other leg when you're ready. I always, because our practice does rely a lot on our knees in horse stance, I always give a little extra circulation there, a little warmth with the hands. Whew. Come up the front, find your hip bones, gentle fists on the hip bones. Back to Wu Chi. Check in, See how you feel. Just see how you feel. More alive, more alert, skin tingly, whatever it is, energy maybe up a little bit higher. Just check in every time and see the difference from the tapping. Notice it. Just notice. And then let's do our bouncing. Remember, inhale, exhale through the nose, and then back to Wu Chi, in through the nose, exhale, hot, audible through the mouth. Here we go. And you can time the inhale, exhale with the bouncing if you'd like. You don't have to. I like to do that myself. On the very last one, when I say back to Wu Chi, I want everyone to just tap their heels, and that'll be the very last thing they do. So back to Wu Chi. Tap the heels. Take a breath in between, cleansing breath into the nose, hot, audible, exhale through the mouth. Feel like black or gray smoke is coming out the palms, just letting go of any stagnant energy in the body. If your body wants to move a little bit here, let it. It just wants to recalibrate itself. That's all it's doing. Unwinding, unraveling itself. And one more, bounce and shake. Opening up the lymph nodes. More relaxed this time. Muscles like fruit hanging from a tree, ready to drop, ready to be picked. Last one, you'll tap your heels. Back to Wu Chi. Let the body move. Check in, see how you feel after those 2 rounds of bouncing. Just check in. If you have to move, let it move. If you feel like, no, I just want to hang out here and root, then just root in Wu Chi. Shift all the weight left. Push off the left foot just to bring the feet together. Bring the hands up, and we're going to do tension and release. You can do this one anytime. You can do this one laying in bed. You can tension and release. Tension, release, anywhere, anytime. We're going to do it like this. What we're going to do is when the hands are up here, we will inhale. We're going to inhale, and then as the hands, we're not really holding our breath. So it'll be like this. Inhale, and then bring the hands in. Tighten everything down, but right when the palms get around the mouth area, you can start bleeding it off through your pursed lips. And then let it all go. Once the hands are down, you let it all go. So we don't want to hold the breath. We don't want to create like a tourniquet effect. And I know that's a tendency with this one. But so just be careful about that. So inhale, squeeze, exhale. Even during the exhale, I'm still tensing up my body. And then at the very end, after the exhale is complete, my hands are down. Then I let it all go. Everything's just like a piece of pasta. Okay, let's do that out to the side. Inhale, wrists, exhale. Let the body go. Bend both knees, step out, flat, empty foot. And just let the body move. And let's just connect mind and body with the breath right here. Whole body breathing, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Feel the whole body moving, top of the head down to the feet. Now we're beginning our Qigong practice so you can let go of the cleansing breath. You know, we use that cleansing breath to let go of stagnant energy. But now that we're into an actual Qigong, we're going to go back to inhale, exhale through the nose only. And I heard a wonderful way of talking about the tip of the tongue behind the front teeth that we always talk about. So we always say tip of tongue behind front teeth on the top of the mouth. Well, what I heard last week was put the red dragon behind the 2 white mountains. The 2 white mountains are your 2 front teeth, and you put the red dragon the tip of your tongue behind them. So now you'll know whenever I say, put red dragon behind the two white mountains, you'll know what I mean. I think that's a beautiful image to have. Inhale. Exhale. Ride on the rhythm and the speed of your own respiratory rate, not on mine. I'm setting the pace for you just by setting the inhale, that this is the opening, and this is the closing on the exhale. But then the rhythm, the speed, it's got to be connected to your body. This whole body breathing connects the mind with the body as you ride on the speed of your own breath. Hands, fingers, wrists, super relaxed, like you're in water. Show you from the side, my whole body is moving. Everything's opening, everything's closing. My quad or groin is folding. My spine is alive. Everything's moving. Feet bottoms are spiraling. If you want on this one, if you're ready for this layer, you can spiral your feet bottoms in and out. Meaning as I open, I'm spiraling out. Feet bottoms are going out. And then as I close, exhale, they're spiraling in, both at the same time. Inhale, open, out. Exhale, close, spiraling in. It's the same kind of spiraling we use with our other Qigongs. Inhale, exhale. And let's just do one more of these, and we're going to go next, exhale. We'll go right into spinal cord breathing, really work the spine, wake it up. Here we go. Inhale, look up, chest up. Feel the lungs expand, the ribs, and exhale, round the back, sink the chest, and in this case, we tuck the pelvis under, tuck the sacrum. Inhale. Exhale. Make that C. You want the C curve with the spine right here. Don't come too far over. You should still be able to see, or I should still be able to see your forehead. If I see the top of your head, you've gone too far over. There should be no strain whatsoever on the lower back. We don't want the lower back to take this one. This is all about, if you want to come lower, use the legs, but don't come lower by bending over more. As your legs get stronger, you'll find you may go a little lower in this one in time, but don't force it. We force nothing. Inhale. Go at the speed of your breath. Exhale is the close. Inhale, stretch and open the ribs and lungs. Exhale, round the back, sink the chest, tuck the pelvis. One more of these. As you close and round the back, we're going to open into gazing at the moon, looking through your hands. Imagining there's a moon over your shoulder and you're just looking right through the hands right here. Looking, gazing at the moon over your shoulder. You can pigeon toe your feet a little bit if you'd like on this one. Just gives you a little bit more rotation. Or keep your feet parallel the way they were. See which way feels better for you on your knees. And rotate on the center axis of your spine. I'm not reaching. So this would be reaching. I'm not reaching. I'm just rotating, keeping 50-50 on my stance, a balanced posture, and just rotating. Imagine your spine on this one is like that huge center post on, oh my gosh, I don't know if anyone just heard that. Wow. I just had a big thoracic adjustment. Okay, I'm a little high. Imagine the center of your spine is that center post in a revolving door. One of those airport revolving doors. And you're just rotating on that axis. This combination of movements we're doing with the spine will often give you an adjustment. In time. I didn't get adjustments at first like that. It took me actually several months of doing this so that my spine loosened up enough where it could adjust on its own. So often the spine, I could never adjust other than with a chiropractor, but now I adjust on my own. One more. Come to center, let the hands relax. Slowly let the hands come down. Always everything nice and slow, controlled. Moving chi, washboard, inhale. Exhale. Notice my hands are nice and close. Inhale, come up. Right around the neck, chin. Exhale, push down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Go on the rhythm of your breath. Next exhale, we're going to slowly take it down. Leave one hand down, pressing into earth. And let's bring the other hand up, palm up, and press up to the heavens. So I've got one pressing up to heaven, one down into earth. This is heaven and earth press. And then release them. We want to actually, look up at the top hand first, then release them. Come down, pinkies kiss. Remember, pinkies pass each other. That's how you know where the passing is, not the thumbs, the pinkies. And then unravel, open, look up at the top hand, and then release it. And it's just a glance. Look up, glance at your top hand, but really feel the pushing and pulling. I'm really extending here. It's a nice big stretch. And after I look up, I look forward as I unravel the body. I look up at the top hand, and then when I look away from the top hand, it's like I'm releasing it with my gaze. Release. Glance at the hand, and then release it. Let the body uncoil. One more of these. Relax. Leave one hand down and let the other one slowly float down to meet it. See how very controlled we make that. And then right here, little Tai Chi ruler, small circle. This is Tai Chi ruler. Hands about 11, 12 inches apart, like a real ruler. And just make this circle right here, right in front of lower dantian, like a clock. 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Just making this gentle circle. First, we start out just making the circle, and then we add the qua. Then we add the qua squat. So watch. First, I do the circle, and then I add the qua. My qua folds, pelvis moves back in space, quads open, quads are groin, goes forward, backwards, forwards. So I'm just moving my pelvis backwards in space, forwards in space. Of course, my knees are bending, but that's going to happen naturally. If you run the thing from the pelvis, then the knees will just naturally bend. You don't have to really think about when the knees are bending and straightening. More about moving the pelvis And when I talk about the qua, this is what I mean. So my pelvis goes back in space, my qua folds. My pelvis goes forward, my qua opens, both groin regions. I go back in space, they close, forward, they open. So what am I doing? We're manually pumping the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system needs movement or massage in order to detoxify the body. It's not automatic. So this may not seem like much, but we're pumping the lymphatic system, and this motion, this circular motion, connect your palms, by the way. Let me just say one more thing. Connect lao gongs. Bring your hands to a place where they're feeling connected. But you're also, by making the circle and connecting your palms like this, you're creating an energetic circuit in the body. You're creating the microcosmic orbit and working with it. And you're also calming the central nervous system. So this is a nice one to do before bed. I often do this one. It's one of my favorites before bed. Because if you notice, it's just very calming. You don't have to think about the choreography with this one. It's so simple. You kind of can't mess it up. And so you really can just drop into the repetitive nature of this movement without getting up in your head and thinking of, oh, do I have it right? Or what's the choreography? Don't worry about it. You have it. Just connect the palms and make a circle. Move the hips, the pelvis, backwards and forwards. That's really all there is to it. So that allows your system to drop in, go into a state of parasympathetic rest, digest. One more of these and relax the hands. Back to Wu Chi. Put all the weight in the right leg as you step out with the left foot on an angle to the corner. Sink left, adjust the right foot now to the other corner. And get into a comfortable horse stance. So this is soft horse. I call it either high horse or soft horse. Still, legs are engaged very much. This is medium, and this is low horse stance. Work at your level. There's no right or wrong here. Work at your level. But I do want you to go up and down a little bit and just double check yourself. Make sure that your knees are over your feet, over your foot. Not coming past the toes, not that. And then also not being out of alignment. This would be out of alignment. This would be, oh God, I can't even do this one. Out of alignment that way. Mostly people are out of alignment this way. Usually what happens is the knee caves in. We don't want that. You have to push it out. So when you're in horse stance, the imagery that you need to have the whole time is there's a spring in between your knees, pushing them out, because the tendency for most people is that the knees cave in. We don't want that. So imagine there's a spring right here, whether you're in soft horse, middle, low, whatever it is, just imagine there's a spring keeping your knees apart. Bring the hands in, palms up, open. Swallow skims the lake. We haven't done this one in a while. You can mirror me on this. I want you to send it out. The swallow comes out right at solar plexus. That's the height. Straight out. I shift my weight. So I shift the weight to send it out at solar plexus. Skim the lake. Come out to the side. Right straight. Look how I'm in alignment with my side. It flies overhead. Stretch here. And then back. Other swallow comes out as I weight shift it out. So the weight shift is what's flying the swallow. The weight shift is doing everything. Should feel a big stretch here. Flies overhead, back to the nest. Then it comes out again. And the other one just sits right at your hip bone in its nesting spot until it's time for it to fly out. Notice I'm rising and rooting here. So here we have root. As it flies overhead, I'm rising. And then I'm rooting again. As the next one comes out, I root and rise. Feel that stretch. Feel the rhythmic nature of this movement. Go as slow as you want to go. You can slow it down a little bit. This is a little slower. I feel it more. Breathe. Last one. And back to the nest. Good. Breathe. Bring the forearms up. And we're going to rise and root with bend bow, shoot arrow. So the forearms come together, gentle fists with the hands. And then we're going to root. As you pull and push, pull and push. Notice I bend my wrist way back here. I bend it here so that when I push this hand out, I get this stretch in my fascia and membranes. Pull, push. This hand is a fist, just like a bow and arrow, at my right at shoulder notch. This hand is one finger Zen. One finger Zen. Let's do the harder one. I know you all have it in you. Two ways to do this one. We're going to go a little bit harder. Bring in one finger Zen. One, pull the chi into your heart. Two, pull chi into your heart. Three, here's the only tricky part. The hand that's going to go out is the one underneath. So now this is one finger Zen, and this one comes out, pull, push. Work at your level here. Don't come down too low unless you're ready for it. Let your legs slowly get down to a lower posture. One finger Zen hand comes in, pull chi into heart. One, pull chi into heart. Two, three. Now the other hand is underneath, and we come out. Feel that. I'm looking forward, but I want you to look through the one finger Zen hand. That's actually correct, is to look through the one finger Zen. Bring it in. One, two, three. Other hand is underneath, and pull, push. Feel that stretching in the body. One finger Zen hand comes in. Pull chi into heart. One, two, three. Bottom hand comes out. Pull, push. Nice. One more of these. One finger Zen hand in. One, two. Really feel pulling the chi into the heart center, and then pull, push. Good. Grab the chi around you. Come up, down, slowly. Palms towards you. Right into uniting heaven and earth chi. Slowly down is our break right here. And I want you to scoop the chi. Take some earth chi right here. Bring it up and out. I'm in front. I'm in front. Pull it in. Right into heart. Really feel this sensation of pulling it into you. I'm not touching the body, but I'm close. Hands are in front of shoulder notch. Turn them over. Push through the wall. Don't overextend here. Just pushing. My elbows are still bent. This is push through the wall. Make a circle in front of heart. Bump the palms. Send it up. Grab heaven chi. Unite it with earth chi. Bring into heart. Turn the hands over. Push out through the wall. Make a circle. Nice and slow. Bump the palms right here. These palms. Inner palms. And then send it up. Grab some heaven chi. Unite it with earth chi. Pull it up in front of heart. out in front, way out in front. Pull it in. Turn the hands over, push it out. Make the circle. Don't worry about your breath here. And send it up. One more of these. Unite it. Earth Chi. In front of heart. Pull into heart. Push out through the wall. Circle. Bump the palms. Send it up into the heavens. And then slowly let the hands wand down through the body as you stand in a high or soft horse stance. Palms towards the body, healing, resetting, aligning the chakras as they wand through your body. Nice and slow. Back to a horse stance, Wu Chi posture. Just holding that horse stance a little bit longer. Getting our legs strong. I think strong legs are super important for grounding, rooting, our foundation, our balance. Having strong legs also gives us strong mind. Knowing that your core, your base is strong. And I'm in a nice high horse stance. There shouldn't be too much fatigue on the legs. And then walk the toes in, toes, heels, nice and easy. Shake it out a little bit. Always okay to shake in between. Good. Really open up the body here. Good. Step out one more into horse stance, one side, other side. And I want you to feel just pushing the chi side to side. That's all I'm doing, just pushing the chi side to side. This should feel really good. I've got a river of chi in the front of my body and I'm just pushing against it. Love this one. Pushing, pushing, pushing against the chi. This is a little different than the one that we do this one where the fingers are pointing down. This is just pushing the chi left and right. Left and right. A little bit different than hands flowing through water. Turn this into cloud hands. Next time we come this way, cloud hands. This would be my outer, since I'm in this direction, this is my outer, so outer hand on top, and then switch the hands. This is the outer hand on top. When the hands pass each other, the inner hand passes at the watch. Imagine you're wearing watches on both hands, right on the inner hand. Switch hands, switch. You see, I'm just doing cloud hands. If your legs are sore right now, that's okay. Do this in a shoulders width stance. Totally cool. Work at your level. As you know, cloud hands is not typically done in a horse stance like this. We're doing it just to make it a bit more challenging, more dynamic, strengthen our legs. But you can do this in a very upright shoulders width stance as well. Totally fine. I love cloud hands this way. It becomes more dynamic. Remember, shift the weight, moves the hands. Still the same thing as in the form. Shift the weight, moves the hands, turn the waist. Shift weight, moved hands, turn waist. Shift weight, move hands, turn waist. Shift. It's the shifting of the weight that moves my hands. One hand is pushing down as the other hand floats. That's pang. Remember, something's sinking, something else is always rising. So this outer hand that's sinking causes the rising of the inner hand. Something sinking, something rising. One of the principles of Tai Chi. Switch it up. Stop here, and I want you to swat. Swat. Imagine a punch is coming right here at your sternum, and you're swatting it away. Swat. As the bottom hand is swatting away a kick to the groin. So you have a punch to the sternum, you're swatting that away. Bottom hand at the same time is blocking a kick to the groin. Again, you can come in and come back up to a shoulders width stance. All good. I'm still folding at the groin. That's the one thing I will tell you. If you come up to this stance, you get to fold at the groin more if you're in a shoulders width stance versus horse stance. So you can come up to this stance and feel the way the groin is folding. I'll show you, folding, folding, folding. You don't need to put your hand there. I'm just putting my hand in the groin so you could see how when I'm in the shoulders width stance, my groin is folding. Pumping the groin. So those last two movements can be done either way. This is still, the legs are very active. Block, block, block. Get that bottom hand is very much alive, blocking that punch to the kick to the groin. Imagine it's a straight on kick. And relax the hands. Come back to Wu Chi, come up. Walk the feet in if they're not, back to shoulders width. And I want to do a little side to side, little more balance work here. And for the legs, we're going to fly like a crane or an eagle. So in Tai Chi and Yang style, whether you know Yang style or not, it's okay, it doesn't matter. But one of the postures that we do is Golden Rooster stands on one leg. So you're from the side, here's the front, here's the side. And then Golden Rooster stands on the other leg. The hand that comes up is the hand of the same leg. But we're not going to do it exactly like that. We're just taking it from the form, making it into a Qigong, and we're just going to fly. But I want you to try to coordinate the hands and legs. It's actually a big deal, not that easy. So shift all the weight this way, mirror me. All the weight this way, come up, and just use the arms. Don't come up too high. If you're having a hard time, just toe touch. Let me show you toe touch. Let's do first level. Step out. Arms up, leg up, toe touch. Still flying. I'm flying like an eagle or a crane, whatever you want to envision. Toe touch. If toe touches becomes too easy, I'll bring it up a little bit, just a little bit. Maybe I came up 4 inches that time. And down, up. Notice how everything's rising at once, then everything's falling, dropping at once. I shift the weight, everything's opening, rising. Shift the weight, come down. See, it's the coordination of this that's difficult. Coordinating all of this. This goes back to another Tai Chi principle. One part moves, all parts move. When you're ready, you can come up to where the leg is, the thigh is parallel to the ground. You don't have to do that today. And when I say when you're ready, I mean in time. We don't always do this one. I do it a lot on my own. Show you from the side. To keep your balance, get a focal point. Stay doing dance. Get a focal point. Keep your eyes fixed on maybe a speck on the wall or a knot on a piece of wood, a spot on your furniture. Fix your gaze. That really helps the balance in this one. Really feel like, really feel like a crane. Inhale, crane. Look at that posture. I guess it's more crane than it is eagle. Now that I really look at it. Crane. And again, coordinating everything at once. That's the hard part. I've got a single point of focus. I've got my gaze fixed, which is why my balance is pretty solid. And one more of these. Relax, back to Uchi, slowly. Everything we come out of nice and slow. Little bit of teacups, both hands. And we're gonna pass the kidneys this way to start. Pass the kidneys that way and out and around. Remember, we're just making a figure eight or infinity signs. Actually, pause here for one moment. My throat's a little dry. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Please take a little drink of tea or water. That's pretty exhilarating. Ah, it's better. So when you're done, take your time. We're going to come back to Uchi posture, feet parallel to each other. Shoulders width, look how I'm lined up with my shoulders. Breathe. Palms turn up. We're going to do twisting teacups 2 at a time. We can do 1 at a time, but we're going to do 2 at a time right now. And bring them back past kidneys. And I have to bend forward in order to keep my palms up. I've got to bend forward. I have no choice. So follow the body here. Bring them out to the sides, palms up still. As I lean back, look up. Teacups come overhead again, keeping the palms up the whole time. The palms can go a little bit off to the sides, you know. You can spill some tea, but don't dump the whole teacup on the floor. No, you can just spill it. Show you from the side. Watch how they come past, right? And then they have to go out to the sides. They have to go out to the side. It's the only way around. And then they come back overhead like 2 lassos and through. Right here, stop, reverse it. Now we're going to come this way and pass the kidneys from the back to the front. Serve the tea. Overhead, around, out to the sides, bend, bring them through, past the kidneys, serve the tea. Up, overhead, out to the sides, pass the kidneys back to front, serve the tea. One more. Serve the tea. And relax the hands. Take the hands, interlock the thumbs, palms over each other. Liver, upper right quadrant, your right, upper right quadrant. It'll be the opposite on here. Come over top, down underneath, and loop around the navel. Just a nice little soothing closing for the Qigong section. And then we're just going to end with a little mobility work, just to keep the joints nice and lubed. So this is upper right is the kidney, liver, upper right, your right. I wear the watch on the wrong hand because I'm a lefty. So not wrong hand, but you know, different hand because I'm lefty. I wear my watch on my right hand. So that's what you can see. My right hand has my watch and it's my upper right. This is also a digestive massage if you ever have an upset belly. This is a wonderful, I would do it harder. If I had an upset belly, I'd really do this hard. But for our purposes, we're just doing a little ground and close. And on Dantian, inhale, Buddha belly. Keep your hands on Dantian. You can keep your hands there. I'm just going to show you. Inhale, Buddha. Exhale, bring the belly in towards the spine, in and up. Okay to use the mouth now. Inhale through the nose, Buddha. Exhale through the mouth, in and up a little bit, up at the end. Inhale, Buddha belly, stick the belly out, 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 and exhale. Bring the belly into the spine and up a little bit. Inhale. This diaphragmatic breathing, exhale. One more. Exhale. The reason I encourage you to keep the hands there, you can do both. You can, if you feel good showing the motion with the hands and that works for you, do that. I like the hands to be on there at first if you don't have the breathing right, because I like for you to feel that your belly is pushing into the palm of your hands, just giving you some proprioceptive feedback, that's all. But you could really do it either way. If it works for you to use your hand to show yourself what you're doing, that's cool too. You have to do whatever works for you. I encourage that. Everyone's got to, we learn these things, but then we have to make them our own because everybody's a little bit different. So let's now get into a little bit of, wrap it up the last 5 minutes with some mobility work. So hands together. Notice where I'm touching. I'm touching down at the wrist region. This whole wrist region is what's touching here. This is not that easy. It took me a while to get this one. Here we go. Reverse it. My wrist just cracked. It felt good. This is unit 1. Unit 1, now break it apart. Break it apart. Figure 8, leading with the pinky. We're leading with the pinky on this figure 8 motion. Inner loop, outer loops. Of the infinity sign, inner loops, outer loop. Inner, outer. Add the fingers when you're ready. Look at my fingers. Opening, closing, opening, closing. Reverse it. Now follow the thumb. Thumb does the inner loop. Thumbs do the outer loop. Again, 2 infinity signs. I'm drawing them in the air. Eventually, I add the fingers. Nice and slow so you can see. Let it go. Wrist circles. Just the wrists. Reverse it. I usually do about 5 to 7 each way. Elbows. Elbow circles. Everything. Notice how we move. All this mobility work. Circles. Inner. Reverse it. Now let's use shoulder blades. Got 2 energy gates. Come a little wide in your stance. Relax. And pull 1. We're walking with our shoulder blades. I'll show you. Watch. Up, forward, down, back. Up, forward, down, back. And the other one. Up, forward, down, back. Up, forward, down, back. None of this. Not bending at the elbows. Not big, big. Arms are just coming along for the ride, moving from the shoulder blades. Ribs start to open. Reverse it. Good. Shake it out. If you have a chair nearby, pull, or a couch or an arm of a couch, whatever, pull it in. This is not new. We're just doing ribs in a different way because this is easier and I can show you both ways. So here we go. Hands just on your lap. Ribs forward. Arc the back, ribs backwards. Ribs forward. Notice my elbows. Elbows go back. Ribs back, elbows go forward. Ribs forward, elbows back. Ribs back, elbows forward. Good. Now side to side. Ribs to the side. Ribs to the other side. Side. See how we're locking in? The reason I have everyone seated is I want to lock in your hips so that they don't get to move. The ribs are forced to move. You can see my ribs are going side to side. Now, keep your hands on your ribs. And this is hard because I'm in black, but you can see it this way. Watch this. Forward, side, back, side. What am I doing? I'm just connecting the dots. We did forward, backward, side, side, made 4 dots. Now I'm connecting them with a 360. Boy, this is so good for the spine, the ribs. It opens up the ribs, gets rid of sticky ribs. Reverse it. Again, just connecting the dots. Just making a circle. Keeping the hands on your ribs just to give you the feedback. Oh, that was another adjustment. This one is so good for the spine and the ribs, moving without allowing. What happens in this one when we do it standing, okay, and come back to center, relax. When we do this one standing, the hips kick in, and eventually that's okay that the hips kick in. But if you feel that your ribs are still a bit sticky and they're not as mobile as you'd like, do this one from now on seated, because it really is the way to get at them. And then you don't have to think, oh, keep your hips still, keep your hips still. Eventually, what this does become is this very mobile thing. But we have to loosen the ribs up first, make sure they are mobile before we start getting into allowing the hips to start being involved. Okay, so now come back up and we're just going to do standard old hip circles. Nice and slow though, nice and slow. Allow the lower back. By going slow, you're allowing the stretching to happen because this one is mobility and stretching at the same time. We're just coming past maybe some sticky points. I always have some spots in my lower back. And remember, move from the hips, not the top of the head. We're moving from the hips. Watch, it's my hips that are making a big circle. My hips are skimming the inside of a wine barrel. That's what you imagine. The head is just coming along for the ride. My head goes the opposite of the hips, but just naturally. You may adjust on this one. Wouldn't be surprising. Good. And last one, if you want to have a chair or something nearby, we're just going to do ankle circles. Just let the leg hang comfortably. I'm pulling my leg up a little higher only because I want you to all see me. 5 to 7 rotations each way. And then reverse it. Boy, I was really sticky with this one when I first started. I was making squares, not circles. I had disconnect between my brain and my foot. And now it's getting better because I've been working it. And the other foot, 5 to 7 one way, and 5 to 7 the other. This one's still a little wonky, but I'm working it. Good. Just swing the leg a little bit. I'm using my upper body to swing this leg. Doesn't matter which side, you can hold the same side. And what I'm doing is I'm releasing the hip. I'm creating some space in my hip area just by letting my leg So I'm just using my body to get my leg swinging, but I'm using the weight of the leg to open up the hip joint. You can hold the same side and just get the other one going, just a few times. Good for the gait. The hips are always contracted, so it's good to do these things to loosen them up. Okay, let that go. Come back to Wuji, and we do come to center to close. Shift all the weight left, all the way into your left leg, and then push off the left leg, feet together, scoop the chi as the feet meet, and the hands are shower heads, just bathing the body in a sea of chi. As the hands get closer to the body, the palms turn towards the body, inwards, floating through your etheric field, balancing, aligning your chakras. Should feel good. Go around golden ball and down. One for mind, one for body. Scoop more chi, shower heads, bathing the body in a sea of chi. You can imagine pure blue light or golden white light. I like that golden light that's behind me over the flutes. And just aligning the body, centering, balancing yourself. This should feel good. Where do you come through? Well, it could be here, 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 here. Anywhere, feel, you'll know. As your hands are wanding through, they'll tell you where they want to be. Anywhere from 6 inches, 8 inches. Don't worry about it. Just follow your body, it knows. You'll know you have it right because it'll feel good. Hands together. Prayer posture. Back into sternum. Thank you. Wonderful class today, everybody. Thank you. Sorry I ran a couple minutes late.